The right circle changes everything. And as much as we might not admit it to ourselves, we're consistently inspired by our friends, our peers, our colleagues around us. And that energy from other people manifests the energy within us that we carry throughout our day, throughout our lives, and ultimately becomes a lifestyle and the way we think. The right circle changes everything. That's why it's so important to think about a support system and a group of people who you surround yourself with that helps you elevate and motivates you to succeed in life. And I love talking about this topic because I actually have an accountability group called Accountable AF, and we're a group of women who meet monthly to talk about our goals. We engage in goal setting workshops together, and we basically have a built-in support structure and a collective so that we can elevate higher together, vibrate at the frequency of success, and basically support each other in manifesting our dreams. I wish this group for everyone, and definitely if you're interested in joining Accountable AF, comment below or find the link in my description box below. And today I want to talk about the power of community to build a support system that actually works to hold you accountable and become the person of your dreams. Let me start by saying I have historically been a person who operates very independently. I used to believe that I didn't need to tell anyone my goals, that I didn't need to involve people on my personal journey or my personal goals. I might have told a few friends here and there about what I'm doing, but I never tried to get them involved in the process of myself becoming or us collectively becoming together in reaching like a collective goal. More recently, especially as I've gotten older and a lot of things have come on my plate and I have a lot more responsibilities and I just am juggling a lot more, I'm now realizing the power, the true power of having tangible support and being able to outsource to different people to allow my goals to happen, but also having intangible support and just having motivation or somebody checking in to see how I'm doing on a specific project or a specific task, or just having a specific place, whether that's online or in person, to have milestones towards my goal. And I never thought that I'd be that person because I've been so independent in my life. But as seasons change, as my lifestyle changes, and as my mind evolves, I'm recognizing not just the need for support, but more so the requirement. When they say it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a village to raise a human, be a human, a functioning woman in society. It's so often that, women are told, you don't need anyone else, or just do it on your own. Don't trust anyone. There's so much power in finding the right people, trusting your intuition to attract people who are support systems. It's so beautiful when you find sisterhood in different places in your life. For any of my girls out there, I'm so grateful for you for being that support system, but also being that accountability system that I've always needed. Accountability systems and accountability partners are your secret weapon. I read somewhere online that once people make New Year's goals, about 95% of those New Year's goals get dropped by February because either people no longer want to work toward them, but mostly because they don't have a structure or a support system to help move those goals along and hold people accountable. And it's not necessarily that people need to be held accountable. I think we think of this word of accountability as a bad thing, but accountability can simply come in the form of having a support system, having a sister to call on, and having someone know your potential and recognize your potential and want to see you succeed just as much as you want to see yourself succeed. And that's the beauty in accountability, is that it doesn't necessarily need to be some negative thing that we're holding people accountable for their wrong actions. But in terms of my accountability group at least, we're holding people accountable, and we're holding our sisters and the women in the group accountable for the people that we know they can be. We're holding them accountable for the potential that they have, not just the potential that they have in their future selves, but the beauty of themselves as their current self. Because I know you're so beautiful, you're so talented, you're so driven now, I know you'll be able to succeed in the future and achieve that goal, which is why I'm holding you accountable, because I see you, I love you, and I need you to be an active participant in your goal creation, because the world needs you to achieve that goal for humanity to move forward in a positive direction. That is why I'm holding you accountable, because you're that good, girl. So that is why accountability is necessary, and it is the secret weapon for people in general, for humans on earth, but more so for women, for sisters, for Black women, to have a special safe space in society where other people see you, they love you, and they only want to see you succeed. What I want to talk about next is how to build an accountability group for yourself, whether that's informal or a formal setting, and how it can benefit you from creating these structures in your life so that you can actually get things done and achieve the goals that you want to achieve. First things first is to audit your current circle. I actually started Accountable AF by auditing my current circle, thinking about who was in my tribe and who I needed to be in my tribe in order to make my goals happen. I really had to rethink my circle of friends and just the people that I was asking to participate in my goals with. It all started with Usher. I actually wanted to go see Usher in Vegas. Some of my friends bailed on me, and I was surprised, but not really, because I understood that people were at different points in their lives, but also I really wanted to take that trip with my friends and have all of us work toward this goal together. But I realized that it wasn't necessarily a goal for other people, and I wanted to be in a circle of friends who had similar goals to me, and not just had similar goals, but just wanted to experience life. Were in a space in their life where they wanted to say yes. Say yes to new opportunities, say yes to doing new things, say yes to just having fun and embracing the present moment in life. In that moment, I understood where certain people were in their lives, but at the same time, I wanted some friends to gallivant the world with. So I had to do an audit of my current circle. Although that is kind of like more informal and a sillier version of building an accountability group, it's where I started and really realizing, like, okay, if I want these things out of life, I wanted to see where I could better align with different people or different goals or different circles in order to make my dreams come true and not necessarily have to experience life alone. And while I'm very okay with going to concerts by myself and doing things alone, I still am at a space in my life where I'm embracing sisterhood and embracing building a village. So that is why I kind of forced myself into doing this informal audit, which more so changed and kind of catapulted into a more formal audit of my life. So this is where I realized, okay, well, if I'm doing this in like a personal setting, how would I translate this audit into a more professional setting? So if I'm setting goals, if I want to do content creation, if I want to elevate my career in education, how do I audit my current circle And how can I eliminate or change things, modify things, adapt things in my current life in order to have a more refined circle that meets the needs of my current and future desires. So that's kind of what made me do an audit of both my personal and professional lives. That's kind of where you have to start in order to build a new village, in order to build a new circle, is to really take a step back and think about, what do I actually, and not even think about the people in your life yet. That's not even step one. Step one is to audit your goals and desires. What do I actually want out of life in this current season? And the second step is to think about, okay, is my current tribe supportive of those goals and desires? Or do I need to mix and match people in certain areas of my life to get better results for those goals and desires? Or do I need to eliminate some people from my life and my current circle in order to better focus and be more effective and efficient toward my goals? So it doesn't always have to look like getting rid of people. And that's what I hate about like society these days, is the thought that you have to completely eliminate friendships and do all that. Some people are only meant for certain sections of your life. Some people aren't meant to know every lasting detail. And some people are truly meant to be there to harness and just be a sounding board for your visions and goals. I mean, not everyone is going to be everything to you, and you understand their people's roles and responsibilities in your life by first auditing your own life and figuring out what it is that you even want. So don't get caught up in eliminating friends and just canceling people. Understand how the puzzle pieces of your life can more effectively fit together by examining this season of your life, this season's goals and desires. It's as simple as that. So first, audit your life. Number two is to actually find the community that matches or aligns with your goals and desires. So you can do this by joining groups, whether they're personal or professional organizations. You can reach out to different people who you know align with those goals because you see them doing it online, or maybe you've seen them speak on different panels or something like that. You can be the leader who starts the group and brings the people together. Honestly, I never thought that I would be in this position to start a group, like a legitimate movement in Atlanta of women who are coming together to achieve their goals in a formal setting. And we have events, we have meetups, we have hikes, things like that. It's so much fun for me to do this, but sometimes, when you don't see the opportunity for yourself in your own personal community, you just have to be the one to start it. You cannot wait on anyone else to start the community that you're looking for. There's always going to be someone out there that aligns. So just work actively and make that a goal. Make that a goal of finding the people who align with you. But tips to join groups. What I did was I went out to events where I knew that I was going to meet people who aligned with my vision and who aligned with my lifestyle. So I started going to more creator events in Atlanta. A lot of creator events now you can find online, on threads, through word of mouth. Like once you start getting into that scene, you kind of know about all the creator events. So start by just going to a few and reaching out to people and meeting people at these events. What set my experience apart and what can set you apart as well is not just meeting them at the events and letting that be that. Or not just meeting them at the events and then going to follow them on Instagram and then you're done. Actually follow up to be a friend. Follow up to be a friend. So I was scheduling coffee chats with friends who I met at different events. I was co-working with people who I met at different events, and now they have become my good friends, and now they're a part of my accountability group. So I truly did say, I want to have a different circle around me. I went out, I found the people, I followed up with them and I created a community where they could thrive and I could thrive and we all could do the thing that we said that we wanted to do together. And also joining groups that are specific for your journey. So for example, I knew that I wanted to be in more leadership organizations specifically for my career in education or my future career that I want in a few years. So what I did was I just looked up online different professional organizations, different chapters across the nation, and I started going to their events, whether it was in person or online. A lot of professional organizations have parts of the organization specifically for emerging leaders or young leaders or a leadership development sector of that organization. And that's a great way to be involved in the organization at an early to mid stage of your career. Also meet new people, also learn about different opportunities within different fields, and just network. Be a part of the greater conversation for your industry, for your career. So for example, if you're a psychologist or something, I'm not, but I'm just guessing because this is a booming industry that you might look up different psychology organizations, join local chapters, join their emerging leaders network, go to different conferences for that psychology organization. There are so many opportunities to get involved and elevate your career professionally while also meeting people who can hold you accountable to both your personal and professional goals. So a lot of those people in the professional organizations have now become my personal friends. And I go on walks with them regularly and we talk about, my personal life as well. So it doesn't have to be black and white, cut and dry. You will meet friends who understand your vision, understand your goals, and align with you, but you won't do it until you start reaching out to people, taking initiative, and finding the community and building the community that you want to be a part of. My next tip is to use structured check-ins. So in terms of my accountability group, we have a channel in our online community called Flex Your Progress. And this is basically where the women post, their daily progress, weekly progress, just how they're feeling throughout the week, our workouts, our meal plans, our wins, our losses, but nothing's ever a loss. Our lessons, I should say. But basically, it's something that we all look forward to contributing to. We love starting conversations to get others motivated and activated. So that can happen in an online community like Accountable AF, which again, you should totally join. Even if you're not in Atlanta. But if you're not in a structured group like Accountable AF, start a group chat on WhatsApp with your friends or have an engagement group specifically for the creator friends that you know, and have the engagement group on Instagram. Or check in weekly at a coffee shop with a group of friends or just another accountability partner to co-work and chat about, the progress of your goals. You might set up a Google Sheets check-in. You might set up a shared drive. You can do so many different things using tools online. You could even maybe have a shared calendar where you have all of your milestones for a project on your shared calendar and you can check in weekly about your tasks. There's so many ways to do it. Choose one that works for your lifestyle, and not just works for your lifestyle, but is sustainable over the time of your set goal tracking period. That's key. What is sustainable for you and your friends to keep up with? The last tip for building an accountability community for your friend group is to share your wins and your losses. And it's so easy to be in the group chat saying everything that you've done right for the week and how awesome life is. But also it's really inspiring for other people to hear about when you maybe could use more help or where you could use more support or how you just might need help. Stay real. Stay authentic, because always thinking that you need to perform at a high level and telling other people that they need to do the same might be more of a hindrance to your progress than a help. That's a reality that I actually had to come to terms with on my own. It's okay to allow for grace to happen, but also make sure that it's only a period of time rather than your entire experience together. Be real, allow for grace, but also come back to the reality that you want to experience. Don't just live in the reality that you traditionally know. So again, if you're interested in my accountability group, Accountable AF, check out the link below. We are having so much fun online. Truly, we are vibrating higher individually so that we can collectively vibrate higher together and basically ascend to our next dimension. Just to know these women who are truly making waves in Atlanta and around the world. So tag your accountability partner below. Drop your favorite accountability tip to make sure that, it's not just a solo mission. You are out here doing your thing, but it's okay to be a part of a village. It's okay to be a part of a sisterhood, because ultimately, sisterhood heals. Sisterhood is what makes life worth living. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the follow button, do all the things, because honey, we're elevating together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.
So presently I'm standing here right now, you're so demanding. Tell me what you want from me. Concluding.